A fisherman's life is exactly what it sounds like. Fishing trips, remote rivers, and the kind of outdoor cooking content that sends you straight to the kitchen looking for something, anything, to eat. The creator has a genuine talent for making the whole experience feel immersive. The kind of channel you find at 11 o'clock at night and suddenly it's 2 in the morning. But on this particular trip, the fishing wasn't the story. What they found when they tried to move to a new spot. That was the story.
So I'm gonna start here and fish right in front of me and then fish downstream a little bit. If I get another fish on, but I don't land it, then I'll start using the indicator. Let's do a first cast close. If there's fish, they'll come up and get it too. Come on, baby. And I'm going out to the more fishy area now. Fish on. Oh, bite. Yep, definitely a bite. 100% a bite. I could feel it too. I don't have the indicator, but I'm tight to my line. I'm gonna go try to find a spot that's a little bit more open at the very least. Oh man, this is kind of cool. Look at this. Is that man-made? Yeah. No doubt about it, right? Oh yeah. I feel like I'm with an Amazon tracker. Tracker from the Amazon jungle. What's that one guy's name? Jungle Keepers. We're at this new spot in the middle of nowhere, and Jim thinks this is a human bone. I have no degree in bones, but what is this? Dang, if that doesn't look like a human bone, huh?
It does, Jim.
If I touch it, will I get cursed?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Only one way to find out.
All right. Just to give you a sense of the scale. Huh.
Put it next to your leg.
Would it be...
Other way. There you go.
It would be a...
Kneecap. Dude, that looks like a human.
Dang.
I think so. It'd be right here under my kneecap is where it would start. Yeah. Dude, that's a human bone. I'm not even kidding, dude.
Yeah, maybe it'll bring us luck.
Hopefully.
Bad luck or...
It looked like a human bone. Both of them thought so immediately, and once that thought takes hold, it's difficult to shake. They kept fishing anyway, finished the day, packed up, drove home, but back in the real world, away from the river, it started to settle in. What if it actually was human? A hiker who never made it out, whose remains had been scattered by animals over time, or something with a more deliberate explanation. Someone brought there, left there, hidden there? Eventually, he made the call that needed to be made. He picked up the phone and contacted the police.
You have reached the Alberta County Sheriff's Office, non-emergency. Sheriff's Office.
Hi, I was fishing in the South Fork of the American River on Saturday and pretty far out into the river, and I came across what I think is a human tibia, but I'm not sure. I just wanted to report that.
Okay, so you were fishing in the South Fork of the American River?
That's right.
And you think you came across a human tibia?
That's what it looks like. I asked my friend who was an EMT and he's a nurse, and I asked a couple people and they said that that's what it looks like. And I was making a fishing video, so I have it all on camera.
After the call was logged, an officer who had reviewed the footage got back in touch and confirmed what they had both suspected on the riverbank. It was a human bone. The weight of that landed differently once it was official. A few days later, the officer reached out again, this time asking the YouTuber to come back out to the location and show exactly where they'd found it. They went together, hiked back in, and the bone was collected for further investigation. A case number was issued. Since then, no public update has come through. It's still relatively recent, so it may simply be too early for anything concrete to surface. One detail worth noting, touching it probably wasn't the wisest call. But in the moment, standing on a riverbank in the middle of a fishing trip, a human bone isn't exactly what your brain is primed to expect. They touched it because they didn't really believe it yet. The question that lingers is the harder one. Whose bone was it? And is there someone out there who's still being looked for? Hopefully that case number leads somewhere. Kriko is someone who lives on two wheels. Motorcycles, open roads, deep forests, and the kind of freedom that only makes sense when you're moving through it. Her channel is built around that energy, camping, exploring, pushing into places most people wouldn't think to go. Her videos are genuinely enjoyable, especially if you have an appreciation for forest environments. But in this particular video, something was off right from the start. She felt it before she could name it. A heaviness to the place that settled over her the moment she stopped the bike and cut the engine.
Hello all my beautiful people, I hope you're doing well. Another day, another opportunity. I'm looking for a place to stay. I'm just here deep into the forest and I'm gonna stay somewhere and sleep next to my motorcycle. So I'm gonna continue and see if I can find a good spot. And as you see, we don't have that much snow left. It's almost gone. The roads are clear, which is nice though for me because I can speed a little bit more. What I'm looking for is a place where I can park my motorcycle a little bit in the forest, maybe just on the side of the road, and then I'll make a fire and stuff like that. And then we take my bivy bag and we sleep in there.
After some searching, she found a spot that looked right and began setting up camp.
I'm pretty happy. I think we're gonna stay here. And Ada comes here. I will lay next to Ada. We have a fire somewhere here. That's it. But first of all, we gotta go and collect some spruce branches because I'm gonna lay on those ones because they're really wet on the ground. So I don't get cold. It's funny how my survival instinct is kicking in so quickly when you're out here. Like every sound, I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Compare when I'm on a lake or an open field or something. It's not the same feeling there. I feel more safe.
With the spot secured, she headed out to gather spruce branches to layer under her sleeping bag, something between her and the cold, wet ground. Simple, practical, the kind of task that keeps your hands busy and your mind quiet.
This is the bag where I will sleep tonight. It's a bivy cover for sleeping bag. So if it starts raining, this is great for that. But how on earth do you do this? And sleeping bag. This sleeping bag. The winter sleeping bag is okay. It's not as comfortable as this one with the feather. I'm gonna let it get some air, and then I'm gonna make the fire, and then I can just jump in and feel it a little bit. What do you think?
The fire was going, food was on. After the physical work of setting up camp, her body needed it. But somewhere between the first bite and the last, something changed. Not dramatically, not in a way she could point to or explain clearly, just a shift, subtle and persistent. That particular kind of unease that settles in when the rational part of your mind hasn't caught up yet, but something deeper already has. The sounds around her were wrong, too many of them, coming from no clear direction, and the feeling that accompanied them was harder to ignore with every passing minute. She wasn't alone, or at least, it didn't feel that way anymore.
Oh, it's so good. It's really weird sounds. I thought it was the wind first, but there is barely no wind here. Let's eat this. Okay, here's the thing. I can feel it in my guts. There's something with this place that doesn't feel right, and there's something is off here. So I'm gonna pack all my stuff and I'm gonna go back. I will talk about it later. I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm just gonna pack everything and go back. Oof. Oh. All right, let's do it.
She packed up and left, and honestly, that was the right call. Whether it was an animal moving through the trees, something else entirely, or nothing at all, there's no way to know. And that uncertainty is exactly the point. Experienced campers talk about gut instinct the way other people talk about logic. When you've spent enough time in remote places, your body starts reading the environment in ways your conscious mind can't fully process. That reaction isn't irrational, it's ancient. It's the same mechanism that kept people alive in these exact kinds of situations long before anyone had a phone to call for help. When it fires, you listen. Leaving early is never the wrong move. Staying and finding out what was out there, that's the gamble that doesn't always pay off. Trust what your body is telling you and stay safe out there. Nick is a camper from Alberta, Canada, and his channel reflects exactly the kind of person he is. Genuine, straightforward, and willing to put himself in genuinely uncomfortable situations just to see what happens. He travels to remote locations across the wilderness, sometimes for a single night, sometimes for much longer, solo, almost always. His content is honest in a way that's hard to fake. In this particular video, something found him out there that he wasn't ready for.
All right guys, welcome back to another adventure. I'm sure you can tell right off the bat, this one's a little bit different. I was hiking recently, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt slightly disoriented, slightly lost. And it got me thinking, what's kind of like the minimum amount of gear that I would need in order to, survive the night out in the mountains and in the winter, right? So that's what we're gonna test out today. Just have a few things with me. We'll find a spot and show you guys what I got. But yeah, it's dark and I guess I'm lost.
The premise going in was simple. Head into the mountains in winter and test the bare minimum gear needed to survive a night outdoors. Not comfort camping, pure survival baseline. He set up and got to work, and for a while, everything tracked normally. Nothing unusual, nothing worth noting. Then he stopped to reposition the camera, and that's when he heard it. He didn't pick the camera back up. He didn't narrate what had just happened. He just got to his feet, grabbed his things, and walked straight back to the car, driven by something more immediate than a decision, more like a reflex. He sat in the car for over 10 minutes with the engine running, listening, recording again but saying nothing, just waiting, and then it came again.
Okay, yeah, so we've had a bit of a change of plans here. Little bits happened since the last clip. I'm currently driving as far as possible from that camping spot. I'm gonna pull over and I'll let you guys know what happened. I'm out of here. I am out of here. What the heck is that? I'm like, I'm done. I am done. I grabbed my stuff and I literally sprinted to the car. Like the hair, when people say the hair on the back of your neck stands up, I've never actually felt that before. I literally felt every hair on the back of my neck just, oh.
The most likely explanation is an animal. Mountain lions and bobcats are well documented for producing sounds that can stop a person dead. A high, sustained cry that carries far further than it should and registers somewhere deep and instinctive before the brain catches up. This one was deeper though, possibly a deer or elk in distress, possibly something else entirely. Whatever it was, it produced a physical reaction in a man who has spent serious time alone in the wilderness. The kind of reaction that bypasses logic and goes straight to the body. Nick is an experienced camper. That's what makes this worth paying attention to. It was almost certainly an animal, but hearing something like that, alone, in the dark, in winter mountains, when you have no reference point for what it is, the part of your brain that keeps you alive doesn't wait around for a rational explanation. It just moves. Shield's Viking Outdoors is a UK wild camping channel that mixes traditional wilderness survival with northern humor, gear reviews, and outdoor cooking. Their content is easy to watch. Two friends in the woods, good banter, nothing you'd lose sleep over. Usually, that's exactly what it is. But on May 28th, 2026, deep inside a woodland in the United Kingdom with a long reputation for something nobody can quite explain, the usual easy night in the woods turned into something neither of them could rationalize away, and the more they tried, the worse it got.
Right, so guys, I'm just sitting here cooking my burgers, and me and Kev have just heard loads and loads of different noises in the woodland. Like, I don't even think the normal noises are there. Like, usually I'm not bothered about stuff like noises and that. Well, as you know, I'm quite a skeptic. But trying to explain them away to myself while I'm sitting here, and then you think about, well, not because it's middle of the night, there's not going to be certain animals out. You can hear like twigs snapping. Kev got a cold breeze before when he's standing up there, and it's...
Twigs snapping in the dark replace the usual ambient sounds of the forest, and despite it being a warm summer night, Kev gets hit by a sudden, intense cold breeze, localized out of nowhere, like someone opened a freezer door directly beside him. They start planning a walk through the trees to see what's out there.
What was that in here over that direction? Behind the tent. There's some kind of woodpecker. Hammering the tree. Oh, I hope it's a woodpecker anyway. Whatever it is wants to stay away from my new tent. Better. It's time. This is history in the making. I'm actually going to open the cobra dobber.
Mid-sentence, talking about future camping plans, a sharp, loud knocking cuts clean through the trees. The creator stops talking, his eyes go to the tree line and stay there. He offers a rational explanation, woodpecker probably, but he's not fully committing to it, and the way he keeps watching the dark suggests he doesn't entirely believe himself either.
Oh yeah, some more knocks. Or twigs snapping. Need to be very careful where we're standing around here as well, because there's lumps and bumps absolutely everywhere. See how tall the trees are. Massive. Oh, the camera isn't picking up while we're recording. Dull this light just a little bit. See if we can see any shadows, any shapes. Obviously this is base camp. You see Kev over there doing the exact same thing I am. Trying to get some eye shine.
About 60 feet from base camp, flashlights sweeping through thick brush, hunting for animal eye shine. Heavy footsteps and wood snapping sounds break the quiet close by. They stop, they scan, nothing visible. The sounds continue regardless. Then they reach it, a specific dense stretch of the perimeter, the same section where Kev had already felt something earlier that he couldn't name, an overwhelming sense of dread that arrived before anything had actually happened. The air feels different in this spot, heavy in a way that doesn't match the temperature or the wind. Low-level sounds begin coming from multiple directions simultaneously, not loud enough to locate, just persistent enough to be impossible to ignore. The feeling doesn't lift, it stays and builds. They both know they're being tracked. Neither of them says it outright, but they don't need to. They packed up at dawn, more questions than answers. I genuinely don't know what to make of that, and I'm not sure they do either. The Blue Ridge Mountain Boys are an independent duo who spend their time chasing local legends in remote wilderness. Sasquatch, skinwalkers, wendigos, the kind of stories that rural communities have been passing around for generations. Their content is boots on the ground and unfiltered, high-performance off-road rigs, pitch-black mountain trails, and whatever they manage to find out there. Usually they come back with interesting audio, some unsettling footage, and more questions than answers. But on December 2nd, 2025, 10 miles deep into the northeastern wilderness, at the exact location where a clear Sasquatch photograph had been taken just days earlier, whatever they were looking for seemed to find them first, and it wasn't shy about it.
Looks like we're at the location, ladies and gentlemen. Right over here is where the Sasquatch sighting was. As you guys can see, we haven't gotten the flashlights out yet, but, you know, using just the headlights, you can see down this kind of There's mud all over this truck, man. Here, I'll pop this quick. It's just woods and a dirt road. So this is, I guess, what we're gonna see if we can work with. And we're gonna try some, you know, Sasquatch calls.
Tree knocks.
Yep, tree knocks as well. And I think we're just gonna, you know, walk around and explore a little bit and see if anything happens to present itself. All right, guys, I'm out here pretty much exactly or close enough to where the sighting was on the photo that somebody else took. Couldn't get an exact coordinate, but it was somewhere along this, you know, roadside.
What the hell was that, dude?
I don't know. That sounded distant.
Yeah, what that was.
But I don't know what that was.
What would be making that noise?
I don't know. We're like 10 miles into the middle of the wilderness.
I didn't like that.
Me neither. I also just stepped in a puddle filled with water.
Yikes, yeah. We got the rig parked up in the mud here. But yeah, we are definitely out in the middle of nowhere on this one. And it's creepy. What is that? There's movement back there. What the hell is that, bro? There's movement back there.
Where?
Somewhere in here. I swear to God, I heard movement.
Movement, in the brush directly behind them, distinct, close enough to be heard clearly over their own breathing, which at this point is doing most of the talking.
Did you guys hear that? There was a whistle. Like right here. I don't know what that was. I don't know. I did not like that either. And there's stuff coming from both directions here, so obviously we're not alone here.
Something moves on the road behind them, tall, dark, crossing through the strip of moonlight before the dark takes it again. Tracking it is impossible. Confirming that something was there, that part is easy.
Yeah, it's a person. What is that? That's a person. What?
I don't know. You heard that too, didn't you? Yeah.
Maybe we should go. Sounds like screaming.
That's weird,
Maybe
dude.
we should go closer.
Branches moving, visibly, physically shifting, not wind, something making contact with them from the other side. Then rocks, knocked together up on the ridge in a deliberate, rhythmic pattern, not falling debris, not a coincidence, a pattern with intention behind it.
We're getting movement from all directions, guys. It's close. There's that whistle. What? I heard that whistle. Yeah. That was a quick whistle sound. It was from the same area that I thought I saw something moving. That's true. There's a flashlight. All right. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's right up where that thing. It's right where that movement that I thought I saw. Something's right on us. I'm telling you, there's something right up in here.
One final round of knocks, and the brush directly beside the path erupts, heavy, violent. Something with real, significant weight just announced itself at close range. No ambiguity about the size of whatever produced that impact. No ambiguity about how close it was.
I think whatever is out here probably doesn't want us here. I think we should just probably leave because I swear something's throwing stuff at us. I don't think that that's footsteps.
I don't know.
Because that almost sounded like it came from the same direction but went over our heads this time.
It seems like whatever's happening seems to, I don't know, more frequently occur, I guess, post tree knocks, which is, you know, kind of a signifying thing. But I think we're gonna move out of here. We're gonna move out of this spot because I don't know how much longer we have until who knows what could happen. So we're gonna get back in the truck and we're gonna, I guess, debrief here.
Yeah, we're going to get up out of here. And this is probably going to be our last time out in the woods tonight.
Back at the vehicle, nothing they can hold up as definitive proof. No clean visuals, no eyeshine captured on camera, but what they documented across that night lines up with reported Sasquatch behavior with a precision that's difficult to set aside. Whatever was in those woods that night had made its position clear long before the throwing started. It knew they were there, it tracked them, and when patience ran out, it communicated in the only language it seemed willing to use. 10 miles deep into those mountains is 9 miles too far in when something starts throwing things back. And that's it for tonight's video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. New videos drop every week and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Drop a comment below. Which story got to you the most? Or share your own if something like this has ever happened to you. Stay safe out there. I'll see you in the next one.